Beezie and I are now going to try and help you out with what was going on with that term model that I introduced. And at his suggestion, because he's a very good boy, I'm going to modify it a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, so there's Beezie. He's going to be right there this whole time while we're explaining everything. Okay, so we have started out with a maximal consistent set. Okay, we're going to call this gamma. And then we're going to try and come up with a model that's going to satisfy gamma, and we are going to call this model M gamma. Okay, so in order to define this model, we have to give a domain. So there it's its domain, and the domain of M gamma is going to be the set of all terms. So that is the bit which is slightly different from what I did last time. Okay, last time we did the set of all closed terms. It'll totally work that way. That's the way it is in the book, but this way we can modify it a tiny bit. Okay, it's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, in order to give the model as well, we have to give you an interpretation of every constant symbol. So every single constant symbol, so C, M, gamma, is going to be C. So what that means is that every single constant symbol is going to refer to itself. Okay, because the domain of the model is the set of all terms, every single constant symbol has to refer to a term. And so why not just use itself? Okay, so that means the interpretation of this constant symbol in this model is itself. Okay, I know that's really weird. Okay, the interpretation of every function symbol, okay, applied to an object in the domain, which is a term, is also going to be itself. Okay, so the interpretation of this is also going to be itself. Okay, and then a predicate symbol, I'm just defining this a little bit differently. It's not really any substantially different. So what this predicate symbol is going to be. Okay, so predicate symbols are going to refer to sets. So the interpretation of a predicate symbol is the set of objects that satisfies it. Okay, and so it's going to be the set of all terms such that P of t is an element of our original set gamma. Okay, so P of t is going to be an element of gamma. Okay, so basically it's going to contain all the terms that gamma said should satisfy P. Okay. Now the one other thing that I'm also going to add is going to be a variable assignment S that assigns every single variable to which term itself, okay? So there's going to be some stuff that we can prove using that, but the basic idea is that every single term in the language, here you can look at Beezie while I'm talking about this, okay, every single term in the language, right, Beezie, is going to refer to itself. Okay, and so that's actually something that we're going to prove so that we can actually prove that the value of every single term is going to be itself. Okay, just imagine Beezie telling you that if that makes you feel better. Okay, so just imagine Beezie saying the value of every term is going to be itself. And that's going to help us show that this model will also satisfy all of gamma, which we're going to prove by induction the next video that I post to Course Spaces. Okay, good job everybody. Good job Beezie. Okay, so Beezie gets a treat. Okay, have a snack. You deserve it.